If someone is listening and they want to know whether they're in a good place to start, what should they be honestly asking themselves?
Basically, do you have the emotional capacity for uncertainty? Well, obviously financially prepared as well. Where's the alignment with your partner or your husband or a single intended parent? Do you have that support system? And then how the openness to building a relationship with surrogate, what that looks like. There's so many different things to think about before jumping into this. But I would say just having the emotional capacity to come in and say, hey, I'm going to release sort of control, put my trust in professionals to help us get through this process. Understand that timelines are just estimates. There's nothing for sure, and there's not always going to be certainty in everything. Know that this can be amazing journey, but you have to be open to it. You have to just be prepared, not only financially, but really very on the emotional level too.
So what if someone realizes, well, I'm not quite there yet? What would you want them to know?
Doors are never going to close. So, when I look at my own personal journey, I definitely needed a break during that process with the help. And I just thank God there's science around these days and things like that to be able to help people build their families. But at the same time, doors are never closed. There's always usually another door to open. Just, the preparation is going to be so important. Just taking the time. I'm feeling like I need a little bit more time before I make this next step and process each step. Because a lot of people, I don't think they're processing what it is. Talk to many people where they're still in this sort of dark place of infertility and realize now they can't carry. And, this is just fresh news to them. They haven't even had a chance to process what that is before then you're going to start looking into surrogacy. Treat yourself, in aspects of saying, hey, I need to look at myself and look a little inward. You have time to always move to the next step. The better part of it is processing it before you even go to it.
Yeah. And I think what people don't necessarily always realize, especially if you've had a loss or if you've dealt with infertility or if you've dealt with some trauma behind the whole thing, you have to mourn sometimes that process before you can actually move on and let go to be able to move on.
Taking the time, it just only helps lead to a stronger experience going through that surrogacy journey too. Wish people would prepare more on an emotional level. A lot of people, especially with infertility, I think they suffer in silence. That I wish that just, there was a bigger community out there that people, and there is, I start to see that now because my journey was so long ago now that I start to see a stronger sense of that, but I don't see it still. There, when I was going through my journey, there was not people that would talk about it. People wouldn't even talk about using IVF. And I think slowly we're getting to a place where there's communities and, things out there and people can talk about this. But it also is sort of frowned upon too at the same time. It's unfortunate that we can't get to a place where, where there's a love there and say, hey, these people are just trying to build their family, the support and love that they need too.
Definitely.